Congratulations if you made it to this stage. Now it's time for us to log out, to create a log out. Now that we've logged in, our section is persistent and our cookie is set. What if we want to log out? What do we do in the log out? So quickly in the log out, we're just going to create a logout controller right here. So in the logout controller, what we're actually trying to do is to make sure we destroy this section, right? We're going to destroy this section. Then we're going to also set the cookie to equal to be 0. The cookies maximum age to be 0. So that's probably what we're going to be doing. So let's do that quickly. So we have we'll create a, so I think I'll log out. So right here, we're going to be having a request dot, okay? Sorry. So we're going to have module. So what we're exporting is called logout. So that's the name of the controller. So what we're actually doing in this controller, in this module, or in this controller, we're trying to destroy the section. So there is something that is called section destroy, right? We're going to be destroying the section. So let's quickly do that. So we're going to have section request.section destroy. That means we want to destroy the section. So the name is request. So we're getting that from request.section. Then there's a method called .destroy. Destroy. Now this destroy can take an anonymous function if you wish to. So, or we can tag it with the .then method. But I want to give it some anonymous function. And within that function, it's going to set the cookie's age to be equal to 0, which means that the cookie will not be equal to. You can decide to destroy the cookie by doing rex.cookie, then the maximum age is set to 0. But I think once this destroy is run, everything that has to do with it, including the cookie saved in it, will be destroyed. I think this is just redundant, right? So we can just console that out. And that is all we need to put in the login. And after that, we can just redirect it to a certain page that we want it to go. Or we can just ask it to send us a response, rest or send. We can say you are logged out. So you're logged out, which means that it's not going to be persistent anymore. So I will just try something also new here. What I will do is that I'm just going to be creating something like an index page, just like an home page. So just for testing purpose as well. So I'll just create a controller that has to do with home. That will be called home. So on that home, we should be able to see who is logged in and who is not logged in. So this is just for testing purpose. So I'm going to take it out later. So I'll call it home. And on this home, what we're going to be having on this home is going to be, I think I made a mistake in one of this stuff. And let me quickly set that right. And this will be our curly basics. So on this home, so what we actually want to do in this home is that we just want to console.log or rest.send. Rest.send. That is if it exists. If request dot section, right? If request dot section dot what's it called? Dot user exists. So it's just going to console it out. That's just what we want to do. So we just want to say if request dot section dot user, it's just going to console it out. And then when next we come in here, if we are logged out, it's going to be showing undefined, or it's going to say that this cannot be found or something like that. So if it is login, it's just going to see someone is logged in, it will print out the details. And if no one is logged in, it's just going to print this as none, and say this doesn't exist. So it's just going to print null or undefined, as the case may be. So I said this is just for testing purpose, just for us to test to see if we're actually logged out, right? So to log out, this is the major thing you do. You destroy the section, so it means everything in the section has been destroyed. Then we'll do rest.log. Now, at this point in time, I want to do rest.redirect. I want to redirect the person to the front end, right? Okay. Let me leave it the way it was. I think there's no need for that. So you can decide to redirect the person. So right here, you can decide to redirect the person to the home page, redirect the person to any page, to the login page, to something, it all depends on where you want to redirect the person to. So that's the personal preference. So I'm just going to save this quickly, and I'll go to the home page now, this home. So I'm going to, okay, I think I'm here to create the router. So it's just going to be a get, router.get. So let me do it out here, router.get. So it takes the first parameter, which is, the first one is called logout. So once we go to that logout, then it's going to go to the, controller called logout. I think that's all we have for that. Then the second one, similarly, which is the home, is just going to go to the controller of the home. So let's put that. So it's just going to go to the controller of the home. So let's change this to, so it's just going to go to the controller of the home. So let's quickly see that now. So at first, I'm logged in. Even though I stopped the server, the record is still persistent here, right? Even if I close the server and then I start all over again, that login is still persistent. So that is the purpose of the section. We set the cookies age, so it's still persistent. So if I go to the home page now, I should be expected to see that. Okay, so I'm just going to say /home and /get. So it's a get request. So let's see for the home and see if I'm going to be getting that. So I think I'm getting 500. Let me see why I'm getting that error. So 500 quickly, which means that there is something wrong with the server. Okay, so let me check where the error is coming from. So we'll move this upward and we said rest is not defined. Oh, I made a schoolboy error. Rest is not defined. And then that is because in the controller here, right, I never put the request and response. So I would have also get the same error from the order. So that's a very big mistake from me. So I'll correct that. So this is a request and response. So that is it. So let's save that in the moment of truth. So I think I saved and it's still crashing. Okay, yeah. So he said race is not defined. That was the last stuff that we got. Okay, still crashing. So let me see that. Okay, I think, oh, this is a dot instead of a comma as a typo. And let me check the other, finger crossed. So save that. And let's wait for it to, so it's running. And let's go to the home page. So once you get to the home page, you hit the home page and see the home page should be able to print out the login. You can see this is the user logged in. We can even say we want to show if the user is logged in apart from the user details, right, from the home page, because what we're actually printing out from the home page is just this user stuff. You can also decide to send the users, logged in if the user is actually logged in. You can put all this in an object. Is that okay? And send the user logged in. I think it's called logged in. So you're just going to say login is true. So on our front end, we just see true as the case may be. So if we try to run this now, home page, I think, okay, it's yet to load. And so we can see true. That means the login is what? True, right? So we can decide to send the data, as I said before now, or this. So let's go back now and do that. So another thing we're going to be doing is that, when we destroy the section, right, we're also going to be setting the login, right? Right here that we destroy the section, we're going to be setting the login to be false. So we're going to set request, right, dot section, dot login. We're going to set it to false, right? So if we try to access that, we're going to get false if we log out. So request.section login is now false when it is destroyed after destroying it. So let's test the logout. The home page is working, so let's test the logout. The logout also is a get request. So we should logout, we hit the logout, and let's see what we're going to get. Okay, we're getting an error, and let's see where that error is coming from. So I think it's from 112. Line 112. Okay, that's where the problem is coming from. And okay, because I'm trying to set a request here dot section dot login equal to false. So let me see that is saying that set property of undefined login. Okay, let me see that. Where is that coming from? And it's saying because this request dot section dot login is equal to false. Okay, and in our controller of 112. Okay, so I think I'm just going to take that off for the meantime. Just as this is redundant, once it is destroyed, everything is destroyed, it's gone. So let's quickly save that and let's just see what will happen if I take that off. So finger crossed. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, so let's try to log out. And now we can see you are logged out. Can you see that? So you are logged out, fine. It means we already logged out. Let's go to the home page and see if we can still get in that login through, or we can get in the data again as we did in the first time. So when we go to home, and we'll try to see what we have in on. We're either going to get undefined or we're going to get, you can see nothing is in home, nothing is sent. That is because we already log out. So that data does not persist again. The section has been destroyed. As you can see, 200. The section has been what? Destroyed. Is that okay? We can write series of if statements in our own page to show that if it's not logged in, do this, say this, or do that. So these are just personal preference. So just for testing purpose, our login is working. So in summary, what you do when you're trying to, this is your focus. This is just for testing purpose, right? This is the focus here. So what you do is you just run the method request the section to destroy. Is that okay? Then you can pass in some response, and that is all. Once you do that, every other thing will be set to false. Even the cookies age will be what destroyed as well. Is that okay? So you don't necessarily have to put in all that lines of code. Thank you. I see you in some other class. Bye for now.